Hello everyone! Today we have a little installment of rock art that I made. These were smaller ones that I made before the video that I thought I'd show off at first. But here's the real deal. I first had to look up some of the art pictures I was going to use. And this was my first base coat. I wanted to use Posca or Grabby pens for this. And I thought that this would be a great way to show it. Yes, I am very quiet for right now. I'm trying to do a slight, ASMR thing, whatever. And you maybe can hear some of the noises and my clicking of the pen and things like that. But that first one was just a base coat. This one is pretty much done. It was my sunflower, or not sunflower, a sunrise one. This one is kind of a take on the polka dots, or what is that? Art, that kind of art. It's not pointillism, because pointillism is more closely together, but I don't know, it's kind of like mandala style art. These next three, they are mostly going to be the base coat. That first one there, I wanted to try a blendy kind of thing here. So you can see I went back and forth a lot with this. The next one, I wanted to do a blendy with purple in the center. I thought I achieved it pretty well, actually. And the last one, I just wanted to do a water scene, so I just put on a blue base coat. These were my last rocks, and they were pretty big, so I wanted to do something fun. So this one, just a blue base coat for some water. Another blue base coat for water. A mushroom, so you'll see the mushroom cap and then the stem. I think I went a little too quickly on the underside of the cap though. This one, I think I could have waited to have crisper lines, but I wanted to do a overlap sunset with both warm colors and cool colors. So this was the warm color set. It did bleed through a lot. This was the cool color set. I did run out of colored Poscas for that one. That would work really well. This one I think was the least successful as far as the base coat went. I think that when it came to the details, it worked a lot better. This one I wanted to do a fun snail. So I did want to blend a little bit with this snail spiral, but I didn't quite get it as much as I did. You might be able to hear my cat right now. She's purring up a storm. And the last one is going to be a green base coat. I went in the back a little bit more for some of those other details. This is going to be a cactus. So I started just a cactus base. This one I just went over a couple of the colors just to make it more vibrant. Especially that blue. That was really needed. The dot one, I really wanted to go over quite a lot. Oh, also, do you like the new camera angle? I like it a lot. I went in with a lot of different colors for this one. Honestly, this was the most tedious, but also the most fun and relaxing. This one is going to be SpongeBob. So you can see it's kind of that Bikini Bottom background and then the flowers. I did add a little bit of bubbles too. I thought that was fun. But I couldn't do any more because a student came in. This one I made a kind of starry area. I think if I made the trees a little bit darker, you could understand the silhouette a little bit. But it was the silhouette of trees going upwards into the sky with a ton of stars. I could have probably done with a little less stars. This is the start of an otter. Obviously, I couldn't get too much done. This was the start of some fish. I did add some lily pads. I'll go over those and make it even better. This turned out great. This was a jellyfish. I did try to add some more texture to it and a lot of vibrancy with the colors. This is actually the one where the student came in and I had to stop and then return the next day, but it turned out cute. Here I am the next day. I wanted to start off with my cactus. I did a second base coat for the green, just figured it needed a little bit more. I followed that up with the otter, same idea, doing that second coat. Same idea with the fish. Next I worked on the mushroom. I wanted to do a little bit more on the orange and the yellow. And here I added the sun for that landscape, and then I added a little bit of outline with a pink, just to freshen it up. Although I liked the blend, I wasn't a huge fan. And then I added some of the sun rays. This one I kind of wanted to do the cool tone moon-like one, so I did a silver. I don't know if I needed necessarily sun rays, but I did them. The snail was actually fairly easy. I wanted to outline it, add dots, and add some texture to it. I thought it turned out pretty cute. I did add that purple. It was not clear to see on camera, but in person it wasn't that easy. So I did go over with a second tone as well. For this green one, it's not very easy to see, but it is going to be a more floral mushroom-like thing. So I started with some vines, added some flowers and browns, and then added some mushrooms in a lighter green, and some stars in the sky. I wanted to do some other colors, so I added a gold, and then I did come back to that. The cactus, I finally was able to add the spines, the spikes, and the flowers. I think this one turned out pretty cute. I do like the more simplisticness of it. The otter, I was originally not going to do an outline and just do like the simple details, but I did go over the whole thing because it just needed a little bit. I added a little shell to complete it and some whiskers. With the fish that are koi, I added just some highlights there, some outlines, and I did go back over adding some like pool details, and I thought having a little bit of scales was a cool idea. With the mushroom, I wanted to add the spots to the cap as well as the lines. This one I finally got back to. I was excited to go back in, kind of refreshen it. I did go in with a second layer of yellow and orange and pink. I do think this is what saved it in the end. I was really pleased with how that turned out. Alright, and with this I went back to brighten up the yellow and just outline everything a little bit more. The mushrooms, I wanted to go back with a white in order to just highlight it a little bit and add a little bit of stars. Here are the final products. I was very pleased with how they all turned out.